So where are we? Divisive speech. Oh boy. Yeah. So this is another one that it's kind of hard to admit we do, or if we do admit it, we we say it with great pleasure. Yeah, because what is divisive speech? We have the intention to separate people who are getting along, or to prevent people who aren't getting along from coming back together. Yeah. So it's often done out of anger, out of jealousy. It could be out of attachment, you know. But the mind is like, I don't like the fact that these two people get along because I'm losing out on something if they do. You know, so it could be something at work where we don't like the fact that uh, our boss gets along well with another colleague, yeah, or that another colleague has a good reputation, yeah. We're jealous. We don't like the fact that people like them, or that they're known throughout the workplace as somebody who's cooperative. So we talk badly about them behind their back. Yeah, and it's especially tempting, to get together a little group of people who bond because they all don't like the same person. So you get together and you bad talk the same person. Kind of like, you know, some Republicans bad talking the Freedom Conference, and the Freedom Congress bad talking those other Republicans, and everybody's kind of they say we want to come together, but uh, everybody's talking bad about everybody else to make themselves look better. Yeah. So it's not only them who do it; we do it too. Um, yeah. In a monastery, it can happen too. Yeah, we're disgruntled with somebody. We don't like somebody. Somebody criticized us. Somebody asked us to do something we don't want to do. So we go to somebody else in the community and we say, "Do you know what so and so said to me? They asked me to, you know, dust the bookshelf." And can you imagine that? I mean, I just can't. Oh, their nerve to imagine, to ask me to dust the bookshelf. I am too important in this community to be asked to do such a base activity, And you go on criticizing this one to that one. Yeah? Okay? So, what are you trying to do? You're trying to get this person on your side so that they also don't like that one. Yeah, because if somebody agrees with me that that person is wrong and bad and just way overstepping their power by asking me to dust something, then, you know, then I must be correct and right, and then my friend doesn't like that one, so then I don't have to worry about it, Because if my friend liked that person, then my friend might say to me, "Hey, why are you getting so upset about a small thing?" And that's not what I want to hear. I want to hear, "You're right." Yeah? Okay? So, this also happens in families, doesn't it? Yeah, you have factions in families. In fact, some workshops, I've been to workshops where they have you draw a diagram of family dynamics and who gets along with who and who doesn't get along. Yeah, and so, you know, pre-Thanksgiving dinners and post-Thanksgiving dinners can involve a lot of divisive speech. The harsh speech occurs at the Thanksgiving dinners. But the divisive speech is before and after. And this can go for Christmas as well, and birthdays and, but, whichever sibling or one of your parents, you want somebody on your side against the other one, so you talk bad and then they're on your side. Then afterwards you talked about what everybody done. And again, you create factions within the family, people who get along, people who don't get along. And if ever the factions, the things start to change, and maybe one relative is going to make up with another relative, then you get really jittery. And you don't want them to make up. You want them to remain disharmonious. So you continue to say bad things about one to the other. So what you could say, sometimes it could be lying, sometimes it could be true. It doesn't matter. But the intention is to create disharmony. Okay? So, this I think is very different than as I often remark, if we're troubled, if we're angry, and we go to somebody and say, I'm angry, and my anger is my problem, and help me reflect on my anger so I can dissolve it, that's something different than going to somebody else and saying, they made me so angry and they did this and this and this and this and this, And one of the differences you can see between them, this is a general remark. It's not hard and fast. But when we're angry and we want to divide people, we want to tell somebody else the entire story of what so-and-so did. When we're going and we're saying, I'm angry and I need help with my anger, or I need some help in how to work with this person, then the details of the incident are not quite as important. You may say a few of them just to give context, but they aren't so important. Whereas when we're angry at the other person, then what do we want to do? We want to tell the whole story. She came up to me. Can you imagine? She came up, walking on her 2 feet and looked me in the eye and said, that bookshelf has dust on it. And you need to remove that dust. Now. I don't care if you have to go pee-pee. You go dust that bookshelf now. And then that other person says, forget you. Or they say, oh, look, why should I dust that bookshelf? I'm busy vacuuming the floor. You told me to vacuum the floor 3 minutes ago, so I'm doing what you told me to do, and now you're telling me to go do this other thing. And who do you think you are talking to me like this? You think you're somebody important in this community and you can boss me and everybody else around. Well, forget it, buddy. So, we had an interchange of harsh speech. That's harsh speech. Then this person, goes to somebody else and says, I asked her in such a nice way to dust the bookshelf. I mean, I wasn't mean, I wasn't bossy, I wasn't anything. I just said, would you dust the bookshelf? And this person is so uncooperative. Every time I ask her to do things, she always says no. Last Tuesday, I asked her to clean a cup, and she said no. And then Wednesday, I asked her to stack the chairs, and she said no. And then Thursday, I asked her to do that, and she said no again. And this one always says no. I mean, I'm just trying to be good for the community and get things done, and this person's so uncooperative, and they accuse me of being bossy. So you say that to one person in the community. Then you go say it to another person, and another person, and another person, I mean, rather than announce it at a stand-up meeting, it's much nicer to go tell the story of how awful that person is to every single member in the community. Meanwhile, this person, if they aren't already crying or putting a hole through their wall because they smashed it, then they go to different people in the community and say, this person, she is so bossy. You don't know the tone of voice that she talks to me. She thinks because she was ordained before me that she can just boss me around, tell me what to do. She thinks she's queen of this whole Abbey. I'm so disgusted. Yeah, can't she see that I'm already busy doing something? Can't she ask nicely? And actually, NVC says, if you're making a request, there should be the option to say no. But she doesn't give me the option to say no. So she's making a demand, not a request. This is violating NVC rules. I just, you can't. You have to do something about this one. Yeah, so then she talks to one person, and then talks to another, not to you. Okay? Then everybody in the community is so happy. Yeah, because you spent all afternoon at different times hearing two different people criticize each other, trying to get you to dislike the other one. And that brings you so much joy in your Dharma practice, doesn't it? Just how you wanted to spend your afternoon. Yeah, when you have a stack of prison letters or a stack of emails or a stack of forms or, you have to go run errands or whatever. Yeah, or edit, this thing. And, then you get mad at both of them. I just can't take it to... And this one, and that one, that, and they don't leave me alone, and they disturb my peace. So then you go and you talk to everybody else about both of those people. And I'm just furious. I'm over the top. Forget it. Why are these two people here? They're driving me crazy. Okay, so that's just something about divisive words and the joy of divisive words. Yeah?